I have Kuan Collins joining me, and go ahead and tell us your title and your company name. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. So my name is Kuan Collins, and my title is Vice President at a company called Booz Allen and Hamilton. And I work in the growth enablement team, and we can get into that in a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's get into it right now. Walk me through the growth enablement team and tell me what your day to day looks like as well.
Yeah, sure. So the growth team is all about how we grow the business. So I'm on the technical side of it where I'm looking at our clients' requirements and trying to understand how to best bring the technical capabilities of the company together. And so the activities are varied. It's everything from presenting solutions to our customers to developing those solutions, like actually building the capabilities, whether it's a AI chatbot or a search capability or some kind of network modernization, like adding, migration to the cloud and things like that. So day to day, I mean, there's a lot of meetings, lots of Zoom calls and team meetings, lots of conversations with people, sharing of ideas, and really trying to understand the problems that we're trying to solve. So really that's the heart of it is, do we understand the problem we're trying to solve and match the capability or technology to that problem?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you hit on two things that I want to talk to you more about here in just a second, but the problem solving as well as the being in STEM.
Yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, take the floor.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, yeah, I think problem solving, is so fundamental and it's something that we learn at a very early age. So I think it's something that the girls will hopefully gravitate to as the anchor of all these jobs, right? At the end of the day, is understanding how to think about a problem and how to solve a problem.
Absolutely, absolutely. How to think about the problem. That's so important, right? Not just the solving, but the getting there. So, talk
Yeah.
to me about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Which of those letters, one or multiple, do you think most apply to your job?
So they all have some application, but I would definitely say technology and engineering, are probably more directly focused. There's always some element of science and math in everything that we're doing, but I would say technology and engineering are more directly tied to what I do.
Okay. And walk me through the schooling you went through, what type of degree you have educationally. How did you get to where you are today?
Sure. So educationally, I have an undergrad in electrical engineering. I have a master's degree in information systems. So that's more like a systems level computer network kind of perspective. And then I have a doctor of management or business administration. Um, and that's more around how to manage large enterprises and the people that are part of that.
Absolutely. So, Quan, I want you to walk me through why you chose this field. Why did you choose this job? Why was it attractive to you in the first place? What brought you here?
So I guess, starting from the beginning, I think, coming out of an engineering degree, there were a lot of different options. And my first job was supporting the Air Force in military satellite communications.
Wow.
You don't come into a job really knowing much about the content of the job or the people that you're supporting. But I did, become very interested in the role of being almost like an advisor to the customer, to the government around technology and how to make the government more efficient. So I would say that's how I got into the field, and then that just sort of became sort of the path that I took. And so in all the various jobs and companies that I've supported, it's all been around supporting government missions and doing the kind of technology development in association with a government customer's problem.
Absolutely, absolutely. What a great and in-depth response. I really like that. I was just talking to someone else in Grace's Girls Club, and we were talking about how sometimes you kind of almost fall into the job that you want. You know, you start with bits and pieces here or there, and then it's through that exposure and experience that you really end up where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I definitely didn't know that this was where I didn't think about this as a little girl in terms of what I wanted to be doing. But yeah, you start somewhere and you kind of figure out the things you like about the job, things you don't like, and it sort of takes its own path from there.
Absolutely. So, walk me through the best part of your job at Booz Allen Hamilton. When you leave home every day, what is the best part that you left with?
There's so many different things. I would say definitely the engagement with the people. I get to work with really smart people and I learn from them every day, I think more than anything. And our customers, dealing with the issues that we have the pleasure of getting to solve their problems. So those are always varied and always very complex. And so figuring out how to break those things down and solve them is also very challenging. um, so yeah, I would say definitely I think the people engagement and the being able to really think about harder problems and get to work with really smart people that are able to help solve the problems.
Absolutely, those sharpening friends. You know, even if I don't know the man, show me his friends, and I'll tell you all about him.
Right, exactly.
So, walk me through some of the challenges that you have at work. What are some of the big ticket items that hit your desk every day that you have to problem solve and resolve?
Wow. Well, I can point to our customers' challenges. They're tremendous. We're on this journey to help the government with modernizing and transforming the way they do their business, the way they think about their own missions. And so I call it mental gymnastics. There's, having to jump from one thing to another and very quickly like understand sort of your role in that and how to best engage and help to solve that problem. So I think it's dealing with complexity and not always knowing exactly, what the answer is right off. I think that's the biggest challenge is being I say comfortable with being uncomfortable because it's
Mm.
not always a comfortable place to be, like to not know the answer. And so dealing with that and breaking down the problem into small enough pieces so that you can address the things that you do know how to get to and learn from that. Um, so I would say always being in a position where you are learning, that you're asking good questions, and that you're sort of adding to the things that you do know how to do with everything that you're doing.
Quan, I love that answer. I mean, I could have a whole nother interview with you just on that. But like you said, mental gymnastics and learning to be comfortable in the uncomfortable and choosing some of the things you're good at and saying, okay, how can this propel me to the next stage that I need to be at? It might not get me end goal, but it'll get me closer. And that's step one. And then we'll get to the next and the next. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know the answer to this one already, but tell me, would you choose your career all over again?
I think I would. I think I would. Sometimes I think I try to reflect on that all the time. And at the end of the day, it's been very rewarding. And yeah, I think I definitely would. It might take a different path though, right? I don't know. It's hard to say. I have enjoyed teaching and engaging with the community, but by and large, I think at the core of it is working with our customers, working with the government, and I think I definitely would choose it again.
Absolutely. That's great to hear. So, if you had a message to young women or just young students in general who were interested in joining the STEM force one day, what would you tell them?
I would say, don't be afraid to jump into things that you don't completely understand right away. Be bold, be courageous to try new things and learn new things and ask questions. Don't ever stop asking questions and being curious about everything and know that you can do it if there's something that you want to do.
Absolutely. That's a great message. That's a great message. Just keep asking questions. So, Quan, is there anything else you want to leave us with? I know we were talking earlier today and you said you had some points that you wanted to talk about. Did we touch on those or is there anything else that you'd like to leave us with?
I think we did. I don't. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that we missed other than, I think one of the best advice I ever received from a mentor was don't quit learning. And so I think I want to leave the girls with that.
Don't quit learning. Absolutely. I love it. We should get that plastered on a billboard. All right, Kuan Collins, thank you so much for your time with Booz Allen Hamilton. I know how busy you are, so I want to let you get back to work, but thank you for making time for us today. It is a blessing to have you in the Girls Club, and we really appreciate you.
Awesome. Grace, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.